Hello and welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning back in again, as this is the second part of the textbook reading and key concept questions for East Asian culture. Let's move on to the next section about leisure activities for Asia. East Asians engage in a variety of leisure activities ranging from music to sports. Recreation frequently involves family activities, and because of small living quarters in many urban areas, people often socialize in public parks and restaurants more frequently. Let's talk about food. Although cooking styles vary throughout the region, East Asians prefer staple foods such as rice, wheat, and millet. Many East Asians maintain vegetarian diets or get protein from fish. Western foods such as beef, chicken, and dairy products recently have become more popular, though, and as a result, more East Asians now have health problems associated with a Western diet. Sports and festivals. So, East Asians of all ages practice traditional exercises and martial arts, such as Tai Chi, Taekwondo, Gong Fu or Kung Fu, and or Karate. And Japan's ancient sport of sumo wrestling draws thousands of fans to several tournaments each year. East Asians also enjoy many Western sports such as baseball, soccer, and volleyball. Olympic champions in skiing, swimming, gymnastics, table tennis, and other sports have come from East Asia. Colorful celebrations mark the seasons of the year. National holidays and religious ideas or events in East Asia too. Many people participate in parades and ceremonies related to the Confucian, Taoist, Buddhist, and Shintoist religions. People in East Asia also commemorate the Lunar New Year, which begins in late January or early February. The Lunar New Year reflects the lunar calendar, which is based on the phases of the moon instead of the Earth's movements around the sun. Now let's move on into the arts. Over the centuries, East Asians have excelled in the arts, and their artistic and literary achievements are deeply rooted in the long history of the region. During ancient times, Chinese styles in art and architecture influenced all of East Asia. Religions such as Confucianism, Taoism, Buddhism, and Shintoism have also inspired great art in the region. In modern times, Mao Zedong's Cultural Revolution tried to wipe out the traditional arts of China in favor of communist-inspired art forms. But after Mao's death, however, Chinese artists returned to their traditions. Literature. In ancient China and Japan, poetry flourished among the educated members of society. Li Bo and Du Fu, for example, created some of China's best poetry. In their works, these poets described human relationships and the beauty of nature. In AD 1010, a Japanese noblewoman, Lady Murasaki Shikubu, wrote one of the world's first novels, The Tale of Genji, about the life and loves of a prince at the emperor's court. The Japanese also developed a form of poetry called haiku that originally had only 3 lines and 17 syllables, but now is written in many line and syllable combinations. A major theme is the fragile beauty of nature. We can skip past the primary doc reading and read the next paragraph. East Asia still produces notable writers, and in 1994, a Japanese writer, Kenzaburo, won the Nobel Prize in Literature for his works that connect the myths of traditional Japanese village life with life in the modern era. Exiled Chinese writer Gao Zhangxing also won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2000. Music and theater. East Asian music is based on 5-tone scale with a melody line but no harmony. But over the centuries, instruments such as flutes, drums, and gongs accompanied dancers in temple rituals. Stringed instruments included the lute, the guitar, the koto, which is a type of zither. East Asians have many forms of drama too. Chinese traditional opera uses elaborate costumes, music, and acrobatics or martial arts displays. Japan's lively kabuki theater uses costumes, song, and dance, and by contrast, the Japanese no drama has actors who tell stories only through precise movements. Traditional art in Korea may involve group folk dances, and most East Asian countries produce movies. The last 2 sections are very simple and straightforward: visual arts and architecture. Throughout history, East Asians have developed their own unique art forms. In China, Korea, and Japan, artists have painted the rugged landscapes of their countries, and these paintings often include a verse made in elegant brushstroke calligraphy, which is an art of beautiful writing. The Japanese also created vivid prints using carved wood blocks, and influential print artists include Hiroshige and Hokusai. Other Japanese art forms include origami, in which paper is folded into the shapes of animals and birds, the tea ceremony, formal landscaping, and the ikebana, or flower arranging. East Asia elegant Chinese pottery developed into a fine art over thousands of years too. During the Tang Dynasty, Chinese potters created the fine, thin porcelain known today as china. And in Korea during the Goryeo Dynasty, artists made graceful verses with a pale green glaze called celadon, still highly valued in all over the world. Buddhist temples in China, Korea, and Japan contain many statues and sculptures in stone, bronze, or jade. And architecture. Except for skyscrapers, most Asian architecture uses wood, brick, and stone. Bamboo is important in architecture of Japan and southern China, and traditional East Asian buildings often have gracefully curved tile roofs in the pagoda or tower style. Despite the changes and pressures brought by modernization, East Asians have kept alive their ancient art forms. These traditions that we just read about today help unite East Asia's diverse peoples into a cultural region too. Thank you very much everyone for tuning in, and good luck with completing the rest of the key concept questions and the rest of the lesson.